offer we were designed to blow away the competition.
You're fine.
Before this offer disappears. Drive today the award-winning Tucson, Santa Fe, or Kona, and pay no interest for 72 months. Only at Hyundai.
I'm here at one of the most beautiful spots in Hampshire. Mount Washington is the highest peak in the northeast United States. It's over a mile high. You're going to see one of the engineering marvels, well, the 1800s, 1900s, 2000, even today. It's still an engineering marvel. We'll meet the man who owns it, you'll see how it runs, and it doesn't use any gasoline. This is Wayne Presby. Wayne, how are you, buddy?
Very good, Jay. Happy to have you here at the Mount Washington Cog Railway.
When this 3-mile railway was built, it was the steepest track in the world and was built for no other reason than recreational enjoyment. It began operating in 1869, switched hands a half dozen times, and in 1986 it was purchased by Wayne, who was only 26 years old at the time. He loved this railway, and he made it his life's work to keep it running.
Wow, that's cool.
Now let's explain what a cog railway means, because most people look and they think, okay, the wheels are like on a train, it's the friction with the track, but it's really that center track, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And what you really have to think of this as like chain and sprocket on a bicycle. Okay?
So you have a thing that goes like, it literally hooks in each one and climbs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think of the rack in the middle as the chain on a bicycle.
Right.
And the cog gear is that sprocket. On a bicycle, the chain goes around the sprocket. Here, the sprocket goes up the chain.
This is steam powered, correct?
Steam powered, coal fired.
Right, right. And how much coal does it use to go up the hill?
A ton.
A ton.
A ton.
And that's not an expression, that's actually a ton.
That's a ton.
And the fact that it's inclined, is that to keep the water towards the front of the boilers? So when it's going up the hill, it's actually, quote, level.
It's level. It keeps it level, yes.
But it's just so comical looking. I love it because it looks like a cartoon train. It just looks like something from a Disney thing. It doesn't even look like it would work. But it really was one of the engineering marvels of the 1800s.
Oh, it absolutely was. I mean, it made it onto the cover of Scientific American the year that it went into operation in 1869.
And this was thought impossible, wasn't it? I mean, I remember reading period articles saying there's no way this could be done. It was too steep.
Yeah, Pat Sylvester Marsh, the gentleman that came up with the concept of the cog railway, and this is the first one in the world, he was actually ridiculed by the New Hampshire legislature when he went to them and asked for a right-of-way up the mountain so he could build the railway. In fact, he got the nickname Crazy Marsh.
Right.
But he went ahead and started breaking ground in 1866 when there wasn't even a road out here. They had to build a corduroy road, bringing everything in by ox cart from over in Littleton, New Hampshire. They finally completed the line in 1869. The very same year, Ulysses S. Grant was one of the first people to ride up the train.
It's good enough for the 18th President of the United States. I guess it's good enough for me.
All right, well, this is pretty cool. I don't want to sit in the coach. Can I ride in the...
You can ride in the cab, and maybe they'll even let you throw some coal in.
I'd love to throw some coal in.
Yeah,
let's do it. All right. Hi, guys.
I wonder if they let everyone do that if they ask.
Joe, how are you? Taking care of all these controls to get us up, and I'll just shovel coal.
I'm sorry, what?
You must...
It's a safety issue. You can go up there and look, but not ride up the mountain. You gotta remember Jay Leno, this is his own TV program.
Give it how wild this ride is. It takes over an hour to reach the peak.
Yeah, but it's worse to take the ride just for the scenery and stuff.
6,000 feet above sea level.
3 miles an hour.
Looks like the gates are down. But it's good.
And the temperature changes about 50 degrees from the bottom of the mountain to the top. Oh, and Mount Washington also holds the world record for wind speed. The highest clock, 231 miles an hour.
Wow!
You would blow away.
That's...
This train is absolutely fascinating. It's incredible to see this technology still running like it did back in 1869. I mean, taking a trip on this thing is really like stepping back into time.
I'd rather do that than go to. I know it probably only be a couple hour thing, but still looks cool as hell. They gotta put jackets on, that's how cold it gets.
Can we do that?
I doubt it.
No, I mean just go on the train.
We made it! Made it to the top of Mount Washington! Well, how cool is that? Man, Ulysses, that's scratch!